y'all! Welcome back to another Teen Book Babble. I'm Haley, and today I'm going to be talking about Funeral Girl by Emma K. Oland. Funeral Girl is a paranormal story about ghosts and grief. 16-year-old Georgia Richter is absolutely terrified of death, dying, and what comes after. She also has the power to summon ghosts and send them somewhere, but only when she touches a corpse. It seems like it'd be easy enough to avoid touching dead bodies, but Georgia's family owns and operates their small town's only funeral home. Not only that, but they live in a small apartment above the funeral home, which means she spent her entire childhood growing up and playing in the lobby of said funeral home. Georgia has pretty intense anxiety and panic attacks that started after her grandma passed away when she was 12. Coincidentally, that's also when she discovered she could summon ghosts, and when her dad decided it was time to teach her and her twin brother Pete about the family business, including how to embalm a body. As part of learning, the twins also started to work every single funeral by setting things up and cleaning up after. Although Pete was thrilled to learn more about the business, Georgia never processed her grief, and being surrounded by death while now dealing with the grief of others never gave her the chance to process. It just made her fears worse. To try and cope, she summons the ghosts of everyone who has a funeral at her family's place and tries her best to fulfill their last wish before she sends them on. She hopes that when she sends them away, that they go to a better place, but the truth is she doesn't know where they go or what happens, and that scares her too. Things get worse for Georgia's anxiety when Milo, a boy in her class, is killed in a hit and run. Although they weren't close, it's a small town where everyone knows everyone, so they'd been in classes together for years, pretty much her entire life. Now, Georgia has to deal with the shock of his death and his body being brought to the morgue that's below her family's home. She can't stop thinking about it and decides to wake him up days before the funeral to have more time to grant his final wish. While helping Milo accept his death, they start to become friends, and Milo helps her face some of the not-so-great things in her life that she's been avoiding for years, like her rocky relationship with her friends and her family. And he helps her confront the root of her fears and hopefully learn to move on. Funeral Girl is definitely an interesting book. Tackling the topic of grief can be so hard. It's something that everyone experiences differently, and there's no single right way to process. And I think that this book does an amazing job showing that. It's a wonderful story about loss and finding peace wherever it may be. Funeral Girl is available in print in Fountaindale and on Hoopla as an ebook and e-audiobook.
Hi everyone, my name is Andrea Marshall. I am a teen services specialist here at Fountaindale Public Library District, and today I want to talk to you about a very special book. It's called The Last Fallen Star by Gracie Kim. So this book is about a 13-year-old girl. Her name is Riley, and she is adopted into a magical family that possesses the ability to heal others. But because she is adopted into the family, she does not possess the ability to heal others, and because of that, she is a bit of a black sheep within the family. Her sister, Hattie, on the other hand, is born into the family and therefore possesses the ability to heal others. The story first starts where Hattie is about to perform an initiation ceremony into the magical community, and when she performs that initiation ceremony, she can perform magic without adult supervision. But before this initiation ceremony begins, Riley and Hattie hatch a plan where Hattie will perform a spell, therefore she can share her magic with Riley. But the spell backfires and therefore puts Hattie in danger of losing her life. In order to save her sister, Riley makes a deal with the cave bear goddess, where she will find the last fallen star in exchange for the cave bear goddess's help to save her sister's life. When she does that, she starts to begin on a journey where she meets mythical creatures in order to save her sister's life and find the last fallen star. So, if you would like to know how this book ends, you can find it in the children's section. You can also find a physical copy in the Teen Vortex as well. You can also find an ebook on Hoopla as well. So one of the reasons I really love this book is because it is a Rick Riordan Presents book. You can see that at the top of every book. So Rick Riordan Presents is a subsection of Disney Hyperion Publishing, and it specifically focuses on publishing middle grade and middle school books that feature both authors and protagonists of color. And they usually feature mythology as well. So I think it's really cool when you're reading these books, you can learn mythology from other cultures that you might not have learned when you're in school. I also really love it because of the way that it weaves Korean as well as Asian culture within the book as well. So, for example, the back of the H Mart, which is a very popular Asian grocery store, features the gateway to the magical community. Also, the back of karaoke rooms is the gateway to the magical school as well. If you're not familiar with Korean culture or Korean words, you can find a glossary in the back as well. Finally, I really love it because Riley undergoes a lot of character development where she learns to have empathy for others. Specifically, she learns to have empathy for those that she does not get along with, which is an important lesson for everyone to learn. So thank you so much for listening, and I really hope you check out The Last Fallen Star by Gracie Kim. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.